Hello, everybody. Hey, 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 hey. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Motivation Monday to be exact. I'm going to begin by saying hello to everybody. Let me share real quick and then I will get in the comments so I can say hello to all of my peeps. Okay, let me just get where I need to be and let me share. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please do so. Please do so. Give me a second. I'm just going to share, and I promise you that I will greet everybody like we do. Okay? Give me a second and let me share. Where's my share button? Now, hold on now. Oh, there you go. Copy link, and I will be right back over here with y'all. All right? Give me 1 second. I'm going to be looking at the comments from my other device so I can try to keep up as well. Um, I appreciate you guys that gave me all the safe travels. Of course, um, I could not just respond to each of you individually. However, I do appreciate it. Let me share. I see yellow, and whoever that is, I want to thank you. Give me 1 second. I'm sharing on my Facebook. Okay. I have shared, and then I'm getting in the comments. All right. 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 Okay, I'm done. Let me turn up my lights so I can see all of the comments and I can see everything. And I don't know what that is you just gifted me, but thank you so much. Hold on. All right, ouch. Let me get in the comments as I chat with y'all. Say hello to everybody. Please make sure that you hit the like button. Hey, Pamela Smith. Terry, what's popping, bro? Covering you top to bottom 360 for show, for show. You know what it is. You feel me? Happy Monday. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Sheila. Sharonette, my dear. How you doing, sister? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you doing? Hola, chica. How are you, darling? Pauline, what going? Big up yourself, sister. How are you today? Tiffany, like the jewelry. How are you, sister? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Pammy Pooh. What it do? Hey, Claudia. All right, let me see. I gotta say hello to everybody. Is that Mo? What's happening, Mo? How you doing, sister? Okay. Let me see. Hey, Wanetta, how are you, sister? Happy Monday to you. Let me get down here. Hey, Jackie. Chica, thank you for 1,000 jewels. I appreciate. Give me that GOAT trophy. That's what that was that came across that screen. Don't play with you because what happened? Yeah. Thank you, sister. I really greatly appreciate it. Thank you. You are so freaking awesome. All right. I'm learning what these things mean too. Okay, Pamela, you back? Yes, please hit the like button if you don't mind. Teresa, good evening, sister. How are you? Hey, Sophia. Absolutely. You definitely can do that in any way you choose to. Hey, Nakia. You remind me of a YouTube story. Chilling with me on coffee chat and sipping chat. Let me think of what's gonna rhyme with that. Hello, sister. How are you? Let me see.
Hello, Yvette. How are you, dear? Let me get on down. Come on in. Ease on down. Ease on down. The road. Think tank. What's poppin', sis? Love you on purpose. You know what it is. Hey, Sin. Where have you been? Keisha, darling. Wagwan. How are you, love? Let me see. I am well, Sharonette. God is good all the time and all the time. What happened? Hey, Iris, how are you? That is wonderful, my dear. Am I speaking? Hey, happy Monday to Kim. Let me see. Hey, Melissa. How are you, sister? Well, I'm turning into a rap artist again. Child, wait a minute. Let me find out. 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 Let me find. All right, let me get back in the chat. Okay. I had to give a little breakdown for y'all. That's the remix. Pew, 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 pew. That's what it is. Hello, Marisha. How are you, sister? Happy Monday to you too, Yvette. You know what it is, my dear. Okay. Let me see. With the let me find out. Hey, Tara, how are you? I'm just saying, Tiffany. Had to let me find out. You know. Um, oh my God. You know what? She gets orientation. Orientation starts next week. I am so excited for her and her independency. You guys just don't know how happy I am. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me get in here. All right, guys. So I want to catch you up to speed about everything. Um, Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you for checking on me. I love you on purpose, sister. You know what it is. Hello, Cynthia. How are you? That was my Let Me Find Out remix coming to a iTunes store near you. Mm-hmm. How are the boys in the grandbaby? Today Jaden had no work, and Deshaun is cleaning his room because when I came in, honey, and Jaden had to work, which was perfect for me because I literally just got home about maybe 35 minutes ago. Whenever I posted that my live and I was coming on, that is when I got home. I am looking at my chat from my other phone and it really shows over here. I love y'all for being so supportive to me. I love you guys for sowing your time into me. I love you guys for showing up for me. And I love you guys that have all became members. I love you guys that have supported me and being the moderators because y'all know I'm still learning. And I know my sisters rock with me heavy, heavy, one band, one sound. Thank you to the guys that aren't in green, but maybe you will one day be in green, but you're here anyway. And I love y'all on purpose, each and every one of you all. So yes, her orientation starts next week. I think midweek or next week. I'm not sure, but it's coming up, sister. And so, and yeah, Deshaun, when I came in, I went up there. I was like, really? He said, I know. I'm about to clean it up, mom. So I want to touch bases with you guys for Motivation Monday. I've been gone since yesterday night. And I had a couple of things that I had to do, and I knew I wasn't going to be home until after 4 o'clock. So I want to thank you guys. I am too, sister. I want to thank you guys for all of the safe travels that I saw and all of that. And you all know yesterday we talked about the patterns of deception and all of that, right? So, hey, Andrea, we're going to continue on doing that. Did I see TLR in the building? Did I skip over you, sister? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sister. Oh, I didn't say, hey, TLR, how are you, sister? Okay. If I skipped you, you know I didn't mean to. I had to go back for that. We running back over here. Um, she's been watching her granny handle business. You're doing a good job. Nakia, I so thank you for that. Because you know, it was said somewhere on the line side of the internet that my I made my grandbaby get a job to help me pay my bills because I'm gonna have to move or pay regular rent or whatever that was said. But you know what, sister? Thank you for that. She made the choice on her own. She's always been very independent, and she will be 18 years old in a couple of months. Every teenage girl, I don't know about y'all, but even as a boy, should want their own coins. I'm just saying. But until then, and even after that, she know G Mama got her straight up. You know what I'm saying? Straight all the way up. Straight, no chaser. Yeah. My day has been well. Latasha, how are you, sister? Love you on purpose. You know what it is. Okay, I see you say, Mama Pamela here? I ain't see Mama Pamela, but maybe she is. Okay. Thank you, Marisha, for becoming a new member. You all know next Friday is our members only. Nikki got a love on y'all day. And I'm going to be putting more information in this week. Is this coming Friday? No. Where we at? Yeah, is this coming Friday? Yes, yes. Y'all, I had to look at the calendar again. You better know it, sister. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You hear me? I means that. Only way you gonna get rid of me is if you leave from over here. Other than that, I'm here. Eyes ain't going nowhere. What happened? Eyes ain't going nowhere. Who said it? Eyes ain't going nowhere. Okay. All right. Let me see. All right. So did I get all the way to the bottom? Hey, now say now, Angie. Well, go on. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, sister. All right. Did I get everybody? Let me see. At Pauline, at Terry. Hey, my beautiful sisters. Let me see what's popping, Mo. I must have missed it when you said that nothing happened. I never said that. I never said that. See, I mean, I don't understand. Somewhere in Liarville of the internet, of the book of the faces, I never said that. I believe what I said was Monique wasn't the one that was fighting. Do y'all remember what I said? Tell me if that's what I said. Y'all were here. Somebody please refresh my memory. Maybe I got amnesia. Maybe I'm a little lost and not turned out. But maybe I am. You just fill me in. Fill me up till I overflow. All right, let me see. Working is so good for her. I worked before. Baby, okay. Melissa, I had my first job at 14. Matter of fact, I was 13 trying to cheat and get in at 14. I had my first job when I was 14. I worked at the Department of Streets and Sanitation. And then from there, I even worked for the police department with tickets and curfews and stuff. Y'all, I used to throw all my friends' curfew tickets away. That was a summer job. And then another summer job when I was pregnant with my first son, I was like a tutor at an after school program or something, where your kids go when mama and them ain't home and they got to go over to the place until you get home, unless you was a latchkey kid like me. See, I was a latchkey kid, so I don't know about everybody. But I worked over there when I was pregnant with Devon. I've been working since I was able to get a job, really. So I don't understand. My mama couldn't get what I wanted for school. Baby, let me tell you what my mama did to me one time. Little did I know it started my independence. Let me tell you what I did one time, sister. And I'm telling y'all, every time I get on here, my eye gets to jumping. So let me tell you what I did one time. I wanted some Jordans so bad, right? I was a kid where my mama kept us together the best way she could as a single parent, right? And my mama worked. And imagine my sister was diagnosed with sickle cell disease at the age of 2. So from the age of 2 up until right now, my sister has been in and out of the hospital. She's has acute chest syndrome. She's developed bronchitis. She's allergic to shellfish. She's had, again, blood transfusion after blood transfusion. Children's Memorial Hospital was my sister's second home. She's been a member of the Make-A-Wish Foundation all the way back in the days. Remember when they first came out with I don't know why we want to call them Teletubbies, but them little stuffed animals that had the TY on them, whatever you call it. Teletubbies is just in my head. Pinky, Tinky, Tinky Winky, La La Po, whatever, but it's in my head. Anywho, so she's been everywhere. Took Disney World, that's what's in Florida. She took my cousin, whatever. See, me and my sister are 11 years apart. So her cousins around her age, they got a lot of benefits of her being so involved because of her illness. So, you got to take the good with the bad and somehow put it together and make something special.
And I think that special thing is Jesus, because he takes care of us no matter what. But anywho, so boom, I wanted some Jordans one time, right? My mama used to buy us the LA Gears with the two strap, with that after a while that Velcro don't be crowing, and then your straps might be off like this or kind of like this or whatever the case may be, but them with the straps. So, and I was like, yo, I want these Jordans. When I told her how much they cost, baby, my mama said, who? In what world? You must be finna get a job and get your own. The most you gonna get out of me is some Air to the Force to the Ones. And we're not talking about the president's airplane. But yeah, the most you gonna get from me is some Air Force Ones. So ever since then, I turned 14, baby, I was like, I'm getting my own mics. And I've been mic'd out ever since. I don't even wear, there's not too many dressy shoes that I can wear because I've always been in sneakers my whole life. I love your back so much. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, you want to lie? I didn't say that it was not an altercation there. I never said that. But I did say that it wasn't her. Absolutely. That's exactly what I said. I just I don't get people. I never do. But again, it's whatever. All right. So I told y'all that's how close I be to the screen. I had to let y'all see so y'all would believe me. Well, she's a moron. She can't help herself. Honey, clearly. Because I don't even know where that came from. All right, so let me kick in the gear. Like crap? Upper respiratory infection? No, Pauline. Feel better, sister. Yes. You had your first job at 14 too? I know that's right. No, your hearing ain't went bad. People's delivery. When people deliver messages for people, they don't deliver the full message, right? And I'm going to talk to you all about the post that I made this morning. And as I continue in the comments, we're going to kick in the gear this way, okay? Because you know what song come in my mind? Let them hoes fight. Let them hoes fight. What? Let them. I'm just saying that's what came in my mind in this instance. So, that's where we are. But, yeah, that was a bunch of crap. I don't understand the deliveries. If you're going to deliver something, deliver it verbatim. And it'd be the main ones telling you to fact check something when you just run with whatever. But no, when you want to bother people, you don't care. That's another thought process I have. When you want to bother people, you just don't care. And when you don't care, you'll say anything. You know what I mean? All right. Let me see. They kept asking for my working papers until they gave up. Okay. Baby, I was trying to get in whenever I could. For real. Nothing like when she gets her own money. You better know it. You better know it. You better know it. I'm 35. I got my first job at 15. I was working at my nana's juke joint. Come through, juke joint. You've been working since you was 16 because you wanted your own money. Yes, honey. Ain't nothing like having your own money. For real, for real. Ain't nothing like it. Good evening, Bridget. How are you? Let me see how far more down I gotta go so I can get to y'all. Ain't nothing like having your own money, okay? At Nakia, at Bridget, at Pauline, at Teresa. Okay, y'all talking to each other. Beanie Babies. Come on, Melissa. I'm like, what you call them things with the TY on it? I don't know why I wanted to say Teletubbies. Help today, Jesus. Help on today. Hello, Monique, my love. How are you, sister? How are you doing? How are you doing? And how are you doing again? All right, let me see. I've been in love with Air Force Ones ever since. But I used to be told you can't wear the black ones because the black ones mean you dirty. That's what I've been told. So, girl, after I had my first pair of black ones, I stayed in the white ones. My sweet daddy wouldn't let me get a summer job because someone else needed a hand. I didn't. Made you so mad. Okay, let's see.
You guys, I so appreciate y'all presence. I'm telling you. Sometimes people don't understand it just be the little things when you can come together with people and have a conversation, whether you agree or disagree, or we have some of the similarities in our thought process. It's a great thing. It's almost like an open forum of a debate, but we just not into politics and nothing like that. So yeah. Let me see. People have selective hearing and listening. Yeah. Hearing, listening, thinking, talking, all of it. It's all selective, sister. Very much so. Hey, my spicy brown sister, how are you? Misreading, you know it, sister, because that is not what the heck I said. Mm-mm-mm. Hello, Vera. Vera, you gonna get me, but after this, I am. Because you didn't, oh, you told me what to do. See, I was finna blame you. Look at me. Accountability alert. I'ma fix it, sister. It's all on me. Hello, Olive. How are you? Let me see. I started working at an early age. My mama changed my birth certificate, honey. I ain't see my birthday was in June, so I ain't had to get mine changed. But if I would have been a winter baby, then yeah, mama would have been doing some altering, honey. Trust and believe. It's me. You said you love your black ones. Wait a minute, where you from? Maybe it was just a Chicago thing, Nakia. I'm just telling you, in Chicago, that's where my Chicago people at. That is good. How is the new place coming along, Olive? I'm still keeping you in my presence. I am so proud and thankful for you. Let me tell y'all something before I open up. When y'all make comments and things that we've talked about and everything we've discussed, even with those of you that are new to the page, yo, why y'all want to talk about Miss Soul, man? Done. I'm being talked about everywhere in the world, I think. Oh my gosh. Not little Miss Brokey Jokey. No. However, dang, see? Oh, I want to tell y'all this. Listen, when I get alerts from y'all or comments, some of you all watch my replays, right? And then you watch them in like maybe I'll be in a bed by this time because I told y'all the other day I have a hard time with sleeping. I'm really at a space in grieving, sister, that I'm just praying every day, one day at a time. That's all I can do because tomorrow's not promised to any of us, right? So when I see you all or you make a comment or it says hashtag replay or you've shared something that you've experienced in your life, whether it be a loss of a loved one or gaining a new family member, addition to your family, or we just might have chopped it up because you inboxed me like, hey, Nikki, I love you on purpose, or hey, Nikki, I'm praying for you, or whatever the case may be, or you share something about a new place or a new car, and I see y'all, I'm continuing to pray for you all the time. I don't think people understand. I am who I am, right? That's not going to change for nobody. But I also am who I am. And that's not going to change for nobody. There are going to be a people that are not okay with me because I am who I am. And there are going to be a people that love on me because I am who I am. Either way, I'm going to protect the people that protect me. And to me, you all are the people that protect me. You come and spend time with me. Some of you all are praying for me, the PRAY prayer. Some of you all check in on me, but showing up for me overall of everything has been a blessing. When I tell you all, I am at a space where I have gained almost 500 subbies. I'm like 4 or 5. I'm going to tell you as a matter of fact. Okay. The other day I had 435. Now I have 459, right? So I've only been like, we've been on YouTube for years. If you go back, you can see that when I was cooking, there's a couple of old videos when I used to always put on my get up when I first started, because when I first started the page, everything's sorry, it was more of, all right, I love cooking for hubby. So I'm a cook. I've been cooking my entire life, right? So when I started the page, I was already catering events. I started the page because this is right around when the vid hit. I started the page in 2019. Everybody was getting sick in 2019. Nobody knew what it was. Then boom, shut down next year, right? So we have been doing the page for forever, but I have been making sauces and catering for forever. Nobody knew it because I wasn't on the internet like that. I never thought about being in a space like that. So when I started cooking more on my regular page, everybody was like, yo, Nikki, make a page. Even the late, great Josiah Bishop. You know what I'm saying? I met JB
on my regular Facebook page, because at the time we were following some of the same content creators, right? So, and even over there, I didn't let nobody play with me on my regular page. So it just so happened when I came over here, it was more people to deal with. And so I let my body take over, and that's what we were. But I am not going to continue. Let me tell you something. There's no bottom. When you pick up from patterns of deception from yesterday, I want you guys to really think when I say there is no bottom. And then I'm going to begin today. And then I'm going to share with you about my posts and how early it was in the morning when I got the the messenger message, because I don't have messenger on these devices, right? But I have messenger on my iPad, because y'all know I do my pastor's TikTok. You know what? I'm going to catch up from there. Let me say, just remind me where I was, because I see y'all coming in and I can't help but to have to acknowledge you guys. All right. So let me get back over here. Okay. Just remind me where I was and what I was saying. And then we're going to kick in the gear, because I don't want to keep y'all too long Monday. I don't want to do that to y'all. So let's see. No, she didn't. Angie. Okay, let me see. Hello, sister. Hey, Mary. How you doing, sister? Let me see. You from Georgia? Okay, sister. Well, maybe they don't say that in Georgia, but they say it in Chicago. If I see Shametta, I'm gonna ask her about about the black ones, and we're gonna see what she say without me saying anything. You love your new place? Glory be to God, sister. That's all that matters. My first summer job, I caught the bus downtown Cleveland and put my leather jacket on layaway. Thought I was, come on with it. I remember when I bought my first hoodie and my first Bulls, my black and white, no, my black and red, the patent leather mics. And at the time they had a Bulls coat. It was black and red. Man, I'm telling you, I was so hood when I was a shorty. I hang with the guys. I'm telling you, this right here is like the most girly that I'm gonna be, because I wasn't before. I wasn't no tomboy. I just kicked it with the guys because I always felt like women kept up a lot of stuff. And a lot of time I'm trying to do you in, or I'm trying to show you up, or I'm trying to one up you. Women don't know how to be equally side by side. It's always one that got to be in front of the other. And I ain't never moved like that. So boom, I kicked it with the homies, because the homies always kept it a buck plus the 50. You know what I'm saying? So yes, sister, I get it. Let me see. I was homeless for 16 months. Feels good to go to my home in Jesus' name. And every time you put your key in your door, you tell the Lord, I went through, I got through, and it was only you who did it. Every time you put your key in the door. Every single time. I promise you. Okay, let me get down here. Let me see. Yes, congratulations, Olive. Ready to digress. Where are you going again? Tell me where you're going again, because honey, I'm gonna go with you in spirit, in my mind. You know, little Miss Brokey, she gonna go with you in spirit. Black butterfly, set the sky on fire. Hey, sister, how are you? Love you on purpose. Let me see. I'm almost there. So sorry to hear that, Olive. Praise the Lord. You have a home now. Amen. Won't he do it? I done told y'all. Hello, Laquita. How are you, my dear sister? How are you? Let me see. Good evening, Joyce. How are you, sister? I'm going to kick in the gear and I'm going to be out of the comments. We've been here for almost 30 minutes. Okay, give me a second. When I get my first check, I started my perfume collection. Baby, say that then, sister. Hey, our buttercup. How are you, sister? Okay. Absolutely. Spicy brown. Hey. I'm just saying, Pauline, I always have to sing for Black Butterfly. So, you know, I might as well on the ones and twos. I'm about to be on iTunes, coming to a theater station network to be to you. I'm just saying, Nakia. All right, I made it to the bottom. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Started from the bottom, now I'm already here. All right. So, where were we? Pastor. I remember. So I was working on Pastor's TikTok, right?
And so I never put the iPad away. I wound up making my last post last night, and then I laid down, right? So now we're going to pause right there and let's start, because I'm going to pick up from when I got the message and everything. So welcome everybody to Motivation Monday. And our topic today is there's absolutely no bottom. Okay. Hey, Deborah G, how are you? There's absolutely no bottom. The main scripture that I have is Isaiah 5:20. And it reads, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness." That is for us for today. So I want to ask you guys something, right? When do you think, and then this is something that you can put periodically through the chat. I'm going to try my best to read through it as I move forward, okay? So yes, please don't forget to hit the like button. When would you guys say, what thought did you have on this? When did people stop having a bottom? Okay? When did we get to a place where nothing is absolutely off limits anymore? Right? Families, children, grief, loss, like absolutely nothing matters. Thank you for the scripture, Teresa. Let me put that on the screen. Like absolutely nothing matters. And I've just been like, the more this goes on, the more people go send screenshots of everything that I'm saying, and she replies to what I'm saying. This is what comes to my mind. The constant thing about jealousy, and people are just so jealous. The constant of the nitpicking, but then nobody's supposed to say nothing. The constant of the extensions of disbelief for me, but at the same time, not too far-fetched, okay? Hey, Terry Hubbard, how are you? Hey, Shametta, there you go. Hey, Shametta, listen, check it. What do they say about Black Air Force Ones in Chicago? Let me know, sister. I've never seen it in real time until the Book of Faces. I'm saying, sister. So, as I was sitting back and I'm thinking about this, it's like nothing of it matters anymore. Some people will just say anything, do anything, cross any line just to get attention. And it sits on my heart heavy, because people do things for the world to see, but then the world is not supposed to be able to give their opinion in a public forum about what they see. I'm really trying to make logic of the level of ignorance and all of the things above that's been going on, while at the same time trying not to allow anything to take me out of character, because that's important to me. I'm not living my life in a space of what the world thinks about me. When you make decisions to move forward in life, no matter what it be, whether it be to further your education, to step out and have a baby, to get married, to start beginning to travel the world, when you know in your heart that this is something that you want for you, you don't allow anything or anyone to make you second guess that. Because clearly, if you've gotten to that point, it's something you prayed about. You asked the Lord to lead you and guide you. You've made sure that you got all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted. So this is where it was a space where, somebody's going to have something to say. All right. Somewhere in the world, and maybe it's just that it's social media, people stop asking themselves, is this possible that it could be too far? Okay, and that's what we call dirty. So in other words, yes, they do damage and stump you out. Now, for me, it was Black Air Force Ones is dirty. I was talking to Nakia. She said, well, she guessed she dirty because Black Air Force Ones was her favorite. I'm like, no, wait, I ain't mean it like that. Let me ask another Chi-Town sister. So, yeah. All right. So, that's been sitting with me. And I'm like, okay, Lord, like, what am I doing with it? Like, okay, I'm going to bring it with y'all. If anything is ever on my heart, I'm going to bring it with y'all. And the crazy part is something always happens that fits what I bring to you all. Something always happens. See, people will be quick to say the little things they say. Shametta, how are you, sister? Hey, 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 Terry Hubbard. People will be quick to say things, but it's like, come on, man, knock it off. Knock it off. Like, really, knock it off. I will say when Facebook changed. Exactly. I agree. I agree. So let me see. Black Air Force Ones, the damages. Okay. To the DR. Listen, let me tell you something. When you go over there, take plenty of pictures because I promise you I'm going with you. So don't be surprised if you be like, dang, it seemed like Nikki went with me because every time I post something, I see everything's Zari right there. I'm just saying, I'm letting you know in advance. I'm not bombarding. Prepare to be sick of me, I guess. Let me see. People don't realize we will all have to answer for it all one day. Every single thing we've done. Every single thing we've done. And you won't be able to say they was bothering me or they was talking about me or this or that. We ain't gonna be able to say that. Sister said, get the F out they way when you see them black stomp too many. Oh, okay. Those are ones for, okay, got you. The stomp outs. Got you. G Mama, what's popping? What's popping? How are you? What you say, sister? I can't call it. I never heard all of this nasty talk until I came on the internet. It wasn't in real life. It's almost like you're watching an R-rated channel where you couldn't watch the dude that was on House Party on the TV. And way down in the sun, some deep, way down in the jungle deep, a signified. Yeah, you couldn't. Wasn't that Dick Gregory? Red Fox. You couldn't watch that type of stuff as a shorty. I feel like that. For real, for real. Okay, let me see. It is just so crazy to me. So, saying good evening. Let me see. Good evening, Teresa. Let me see. Oh, damn, not the stomp outs. You welcome, baby. Not the stomp outs, girl. They the stomp outs. You don't even weigh them for anything else. Let them, like, that's where that song came from. If you guys hit the like button, please hit the like. Please share that you share, okay? Do that for me if you don't mind. That you did know that I love you. All right. So as I'm thinking about this, right, I'm also going to tell y'all about, yes, I will be in New York too. When I have to go out there, I am going to spend some time with Bernice. I reached out to her and told her I was coming, and I don't know anybody in New York outside of Snoop's mother and her son. I have never been to New York before in my life, and she's there, and I called her, and she was so open and excited and like, yo, Nikki, I'm like, I'm down, honey, because what I get put out of, y'all, Ari Squad, what do Nikki be getting put out of? Y'all tell me, because what happened? Okay. So anyway, I'm like, what I'm realizing, okay, again, after talking about the patterns of deception yesterday, you don't always learn who people are when life is easy, right? This ties in, when I tell you all, this just ties into everything. Isn't it something how when life is gravy and grape, you don't see the true colors of people? Or is it just me? I believe, and the ones that you see that don't change when life is shit, them is the real ones that you know gonna be there. It ain't going nowhere. Them ones that when you don't eat, they don't eat. When they eat, you eat. When you sleep, your phone, text message, don't call because that's rude as hell when people sleep. You all text them. Some of y'all rude as hell just coming through people's phones. You don't know if they hunching, munching, or sleep, or spooning, or doing what adults do. You don't even be knowing. So boom, yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? But what I realize is this: you don't always learn who people are when life is easy. Most of the time, I get put out outside, baby. You better let them know. What I said? Somebody put it in the chat. Let me play that. Let me see. Y'all want to play on Monday. Let me go and play that since y'all want to play on Monday. This be me. This be me when we be outside. This be me from just having a good time. I promise you. 1 second, and I'm going to show y'all what be happening. I don't even know if you can play this song here, but I'm going to show y'all. I'll be like this. Pauline, let me tell y'all saw me on the clip. You seen me. I'll be all in front of mirrors. I'll be like, what? That be me. So before you know it, I get put out outside. Okay. So yeah. So I'm thinking about this. I'm a whole vibe. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all what it is and what it's always going to be. I don't care. I'm going to be 80 years old, still kicking it. Well, whatever the song is at 80 years old, I'm out here with it all. For real and real. That's what I do. That's what I does the best of. I ain't playing with y'all. Okay, let me see. Hey, Chris, how are you? Let me see. Let's get to it. When you have no morals and no self-respect and a very low self-esteem, you have no bottom. Thank you for answering. That was the question at the beginning, sister. Pop your ish, clock it. Because what happened? Yes, I get put out outside, people. Come on, wait till we all kick it together. Y'all going to be posting me when you get mad at me and say, look at her, ignorant. Just getting put out of every place. How you get put out of the outdoors where everybody else at? I'm telling you, they puts me out. And I can't wait either, sister. All right. Let me see. I get put out outside, Mo. Not the hotel. I paid for that. I ain't gonna get put out of that part. How you doing, sister? Yes, outside. Y'all know it. All day, every day. I guess that's me. I'm going to get a star on a Walk of Fame. The most likely person to get put out of outside airtime. Let them know, Pauline, you know. I'm just saying, sister, it's a vibe. You want a vibe? Yeah. It got me in a chokehold. Yes, I just like to have fun. That's all, sister. That's all. I love to have fun. Yes, we are live, Mama Pamela. Yes, we are. You probably got to catch up in the chat, Mama. Let them know what he said. All right. So let me get down here. Let me get on a good foot. So I was laying down, or let me finish this part here. I have stated that we don't always learn people how they are when life is easy. Most of the time when life is easy, people just putting on the front. It be some real ones mixed in, but most of the time people just putting on the front. You learn who they are when they have an opportunity to show mercy. Think about it. Okay? You learn who they are when they have the opportunity to show mercy. So in all these things that have been transpiring, there's been many opportunities to get mercy, for mercy to be shown. The same God that we pray to, supposing that we all pray to the same God, he gives us new mercies every day. His mercies are new every single morning. And we ask him for so much. We ask him to keep us safe. We ask him to take care of our children. We ask him to provide things for us. Even though some of y'all think like you do it, we ask him to keep us enclosed in our right minds. We ask him for prosperity. We ask him to help us to love thy neighbor as thy baby. Whew. We ask all these things from him. But what I realize is you will really know a person and exactly what to expect of their character. And I'm going to tell you when, like I just said, when you learn, it's at the very moment that you realize they have an opportunity to show mercy, but they don't. Imagine one of your loved ones being unalive. My cousin was unalived in 1996. He was born in 1978. I'm the oldest grandchild of my grandmother's children. My grandmother is deceased. She's been gone for a minute. That's the tattoo that sits in the middle of my chest. Gloria, my sweet Gloria. Things ain't been the same since you went away. And at first I didn't think I wanted to see another day, because I had a different kind of relationship with my grandma. On the back end of her life, I wasn't around all the time as I got older, but I lived with my grandmother for some years of my life. I went to school with my grandmother. I love her to pieces, but I was late a lot. She used to give me the ugliest hairstyles I didn't like. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it's become a situation where it's very dark, because each and every individual across the entire atmosphere of the internet, not just here, no one, and I mean absolutely no one deserves to get pried upon. And I'm talking about in the comments. And understand me, and even as a content creator, I want y'all to hear me. Nobody deserves to be pried upon, to families being attacked, to all kinds of attempts to destroy a person's life, all because they made a comment about something regarding you that you didn't like. Because I may see you, and I see you cutting up and acting a fool on the internet, and I may get in a comment and say, I don't even know how they do it. I wouldn't deal with Vera. I wouldn't deal with her at all. I don't know how they do it. Somebody need to help that woman. And because I say this, you in return put my home on the internet. You in return call my job. You in return send CPS to my house. You in return just stay on the internet attacking me only because I had an opinion about something you did. Would it be safe to say then at that time it makes that opinion that you had very true about the person? Because why would you try so hard to destroy something that was an untruth? Think about it. Think about the space we in on the internet. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I could give a damn, and I meant to say damn, about what that frog say about me. I will get past that. But the ultimate goal is to take me backwards. The ultimate goal when you have an issue with somebody is to go to that person, if it's really an issue. And then when you have an issue with an individual, if you cannot handle it, then you seek counsel, right? Every issue I've had on this internet, I went directly to the MOG head of my church, and I put it all on the floor. He's going to tell me what's best for the situation, right? But it's up to me what I do. These are all kinds of things that I want you to think about. Okay? Hey, Teresa Mitchell. To give no mercy, but look at how much mercy the Lord has gave to each and every one of us. Even her. The Lord spared her son's life. Somebody's burying a child today. And with the mercy that God has shown her, she wants to attack each and every person that she's attacked, along with my granddaughter. Okay? Let's continue. And I'm going to get into what I read, what I heard, all this that was said, okay? So, boom. You learn who they are when they have an opportunity to show mercy, but they choose to be evil instead. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody had disagreements. We can go back and forth for forever. I've done it before. And do you think now that in the space that I am, I would not use this to test myself every single day to see how much have I really grown? Am I really pushing myself as much as I could? Am I going to give up now and allow the enemy to win? Because that's what it is. She's allowed herself to be a work of Satan himself. We know that for fact. And if spirits jump, right? Because they do. Think about how many people affect each other like that. Okay? Think about that. How many times has God saved her life? She went to prison and came out. How many people don't make it? How many people get unalived in there? She gave birth to children and made it. How many people give birth and pass away on the delivery table? I'm really trying to make sense of this, right? So I will tell you, when I prayed last night, I asked God to really show me, because I know I'm supposed to be using my voice. And I know my entire life, even as a little girl, my spirit irritated the demons in women, not even men. For some reason, everything I've ever put my hands on, I master it to the best of my ability throughout my whole life. And because I believe that much in myself, it's always been a hater in my presence. But I've learned how to deal with them accordingly. So in a space where I had the ability to give mercy, I gave it to myself. Because life will make you think that you have to be harder than you have to be, just because we're designed that way. We're designed to protect. As mothers, we're designed to protect our children and everything else that comes along with it. When a mother births you into this world, you may have an art with your mama, but nobody else have an art with your mama, because guess what? It's time to put on them black ones. It's stump out season. You know what I'm saying? But look at where we are. And if I cannot sit in a space and be comfortable and have a conversation about the things that are being said and done on the internet, especially when it involves me, you done met your match. because I asked God to put me in a place where He wanted me. And I've always been too comfortable with talking to anybody in any setting. I don't need a script. If I want points to make, I got to write them down because I don't want to miss nothing, because that's how much. But you could pull me off the street and put me in any room and I'm going to be able to adjust. I didn't ask for that. It's part of my gift. And because some of you are so insecure and don't have the slightest clue of what it is to be humble, to surrender, to really give it all, and know that you fight for it every day, have several seats, because I'm going to show you. Because you'll be looking whether I see you or not. So I'm going to continue. So last night, I'm going to drop the link in the chat to y'all if anybody wants to come up. Hold on, I pressed the wrong button. So last night, I get carried away when I'm talking to y'all because I don't want to keep y'all too long, and we're already at almost an hour. Hey, Cam. Hey, sister. On everyone, but doesn't have enough sense to realize that when she wishes bad on one people, it's going to come back on her tempo. I think she knows it. Pride comes before the fall, Pauline. It comes. It comes. So I just put the link in the chat. If y'all want to come up, you know what it is. And I'm going to continue and tell you all about last night, right? After I finish this here. So it comes when a person chooses to be evil instead. Because like I said before, we can all have disagreements. And I told y'all the other day with the patterns, we can all be angry. But everybody ain't willing to sacrifice their humanity, just pure humanity, just to win a moment, just to say, come here, look at this, just to say, ooh, I'm going to talk about this, just to try to provoke you to a point that you go back to a space where you know you prayed your way out of. You could have prayed your way out of sadness. You could have prayed your way out of chaos. You could have prayed your way, whatever area. The enemy will poke you and poke you and poke you. If the mission is to destroy you, see, this is why everybody ain't meant to lead. There are really some people that have meant to be followers and not leaders. Because if his number one mission is to destroy you, submit to him, or just destroy you, period, as long as you fight, ain't gonna stop. And it is people like that girl over there that has played patty cake with Satan. So think about it. Let's think about social media first, because this is what people do, right? So let's think about that first. She's not the only one. I'm not on every side of the internet, right? So I wouldn't know, but she's not the only one. But it happens, right? People have disagreements. People talk about looks, right? People talk about what you put on the internet, but it's everywhere, and it's okay to dox people, to put pictures up of their family members, to talk about their extended family, to continue to pile on them and pile on them and pile on them, right? So, because you put so much effort into destroy me, just think about it as a whole, because can't nobody destroy me, I'm just saying. But if you put so much effort into destroy me, a person like me, how much effort do you think I'm going to put into that scripture? No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every single tongue that rises against me, he shall condemn.
I will go on and on and on until the break of effing dawn. The only crash out you're going to see is the crash out you've been watching playing with me. Not everybody is willing to sacrifice their humanity just to win a moment. That's the difference. I'm going to tell you something, and this is for each and every person. Apply it to wherever it fits. See, this so happens to fit my life right here, right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that you all are in the same situation that I'm in, but it may be something similar, right? Somebody may be ready to really go put on them black Air Force Ones. Somebody may be really ready to end their life. Somebody may have turned to overdose. Somebody may have been fighting their way out of addiction, and this is triggering the addiction, and now they're back. They didn't fail. It happens. But it shows you that part of humanity does not exist. And anybody attached to people like that, you're no better than them. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's at your job. I don't care if it's social media. I don't care if it's in your family. I don't care if it's roundabout. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's in your church. I don't care where it is. Don't let somebody else and their lack of boundaries become your excuse to lose yours. I'm going to say that again. Don't let someone else's lack of boundaries become your excuse to lose yours. Just because somebody else don't got a bottom don't mean you have to leave your values behind. My character is revealed by what I refuse to do, even when I'm pissed off. I'm going to say that again. My character is revealed by what I refuse to do, even when I'm pissed off. So imagine how much I don't give two shits about what anybody think about me, because I know what I'm reframing from doing. I'm winning, and I don't care what no flesh-eating demonic entity thinks about it. Hear me now, okay? Please hear me, because see, my grandbaby is a touchy place for me, and I really, really, really had to pray about this. And when I tell y'all, I have so much stuff in my archive, because this is a verbal spoken word that fits. This is a spoken word that I've had since I wrote my book. How could I know that this was going to happen right now in this moment? So if you want to call me jealous, if you want to call me everything's a lie, have at it, toots. Because I'm with it. And watch me work. So I was after I finished, let me change this. So after I finished doing Pastor's what you call it, right? I'm laying in the bed and I'm nodding. Matter of fact, I was trying to watch my replay. So I'm laying in the bed like, all right, my thing begins to just bzz, 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 bzz. So I'm thinking I forgot I had my iPad in the doggone bed with me. So I go and I look, and it's from somebody that I actually
I don't want to say if they in the chat or not. Anyway, it's from somebody that says, listen to this. The lady, what her name, Trinette, was telling Frog not to talk about your grandbaby. She gave me the whole lowdown. Like when I tell y'all, ain't nobody don't please nobody report her. Please don't report her. Don't be hitting the buttons. Don't try to block her. Let her do exactly what she's doing. Right? Some of y'all that send the screenshots, I don't mind. Some of y'all, the time y'all be bothering me, I do mind. And I'm just gonna be honest about that. Cause even though my man ain't here, I still do go to bed. I'm just saying. I'm 50 years old. I'm trying to look like this till I'm 100. So anyway, I'm laying there and then look at the screenshot. So the screenshot is a post she got. Like she could say she don't watch people. Why would I want to go and see what it is? Horrible things you saying about people that I care about. Why would I want to go physically and see that? It makes no sense. So to say, why are you still watching me? People send me things and I decide what I want to react on. I said that for days. I've said it for weeks. I said it was going to get darker before it got better. So, anywho, I read the post and she's talking about her skin, her complexion. She's talking about her weight. She's talking about some other stuff she's saying in the post, right? And then in the clip, Frog is saying she don't know what my problem is. She don't know if my problem is because my son been in out of jail, or I can't see the little baby, or if I'm mad I'm finna be kicked off of Section 8 or anything like that. This is what she says. So the lady tells her she shouldn't put her mouth on my grandbaby because I'm gonna wind up talking about Samaya. No, I'm not. Her daughter's done nothing to me. And it's like, what are we doing? Only things that we know about your daughter is what you said about her. You talked about her not being happy with the way she looks. You talked about your daughter's body type. And you're trying to do that to mine. You talked about what your daughter used to do. You talked about your daughter being on drugs and all that. So you did it. Nobody has to talk about anybody. So no, I'm not going to say nothing about her daughter. She did enough. She embarrassed her enough. And what does she turn around and say? She don't care. There's no bottom to this demon. And the more people realize it, they wouldn't be so shocked at what she do. Hey sister, how you doing? Can you
I'm
hear me?
good. Oh yeah, I hear you now,
Uh,
girl. I was letting you talk, sugar. I didn't come on here to say anything bad or negative, but I said you have a beautiful, beautiful granddaughter. She's
Thank you,
gorgeous.
sister.
She's beautiful, and I'm proud of her. She got her first job, which is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? She's doing good in school, and
Yeah,
that's all that matters at this point. What other people think and say really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, that's just her issues. You know what I'm saying? It's not yours
right.
or anyone else. And she just don't have no respect. And even the things that she said about my grandbaby, I try to give her a chance, but some things I just cannot be a part of. So I choose to
Hmm.
walk away from it, and I will not be a part of it because
Right.
when you start talking about kids and cancer and stuff, my mom passed away in 2020 from stage 4 ovarian cancer, so
Hmm.
I cannot be a part of that. I cannot
Right.
condone it. And
Right.
that's just my choice. When she wished cancer on my grandbaby that was born and 3 years ago, going on 3 years ago. Well, she's a healthy, beautiful little girl. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
I
What's your
still,
nickname is for?
huh?
What's her nickname? You told me today.
Took a
What
butt.
Puka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My girl took a butt, but I call her mama girl. But
Okay.
she back then, 3 years ago, she wished cancer on my grandbaby. But I talked to Chandra and I tried to get a relationship with her and everything, and I did have one with her. It wasn't, like we was not best friends, but but we had a relationship, and I tried to talk to her about the stuff that she said about keeping kids, and she would tell me I'm right, I shouldn't do that, but then you turn around and you do it again. So I just stopped. going on her lives and speaking and commenting, or because if I do, that mean I support what you say, and I don't support the things that you are saying about people with kids with cancer, people who is an adult with cancer, people with any illnesses or disabilities. I cannot support that, and I will not.
That's what gets me, Vera, when you think about it. Like, for real, this is why I say there ain't no bottom. Because if I once had a falling out with you, right,
Mm-hmm.
and we've squashed it or whatever the case may be, and then you turn around and do the same thing that caused us to have a falling out, is basically saying you don't give a damn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because what you did at that time hurt me. And so in return, I came back with it, especially when you put your mouth on one of anything that came from me, because technically through your children came your grandchildren. So that's your lineage. So
Exactly.
when you turn around and do this, so this somebody who at one point we had odds. It's so many people in the chat, which really makes me just be like, well, that ain't never had an issue with her. And then did the same thing. And
I mean,
of one of her followers, I was looking on Lisa page, right? And one of
mm-hmm.
her followers was in the chat, and Venice was giving her the business. So I looked at it. I wanted to see this woman. And here's the crazy part, y'all. When I looked at her page and I went to the lady's profile picture, in her picture, in one of them pictures, there is somebody who has some form of a disability in the picture, because you can see it clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
So this same person that you support sits up and mocks, challenge people. How do you sit in that?
And they condone it like as if it's okay. And these are her supporters that think that it's okay. And it doesn't make sense to me, because how can you support something like that when some of y'all that's supporting her has a disability somewhere? Somebody has that same challenge that's going on, but y'all okay with the stuff that she's saying. Even back then, she pulled up pictures of my grandkids when they was younger, and put them on her page and talked about them, and look at his eyes and look at this eye, that and this and that, just all kind of crazy stuff. But I let that go, and I still established a friendship, not a relationship with Chandra. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just try to talk to her and say, "Girl, don't do that. That's just wrong. Don't talk about people, kids." She's like, "Yeah, you right, Miss Vera, and this and that, whatever." But then you turn around and do the same thing again. She
Mm-hmm.
did that to me 3-4 years ago.
And it's still happening.
And it's still happening right now today. So today you still continue with doing it. So that's when I stopped, speaking on, to her in her chats and stuff, because I cannot sit here and support that. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to, because what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
And it's nasty, disrespectful, because you might not care that people talk about your kids or your grandbaby, but other people care about what's said about theirs, at the same time. But I think you're just trying to play it off as if it doesn't affect you. I'm sure it affects her when people say things about her kids. She just want to play a role as if it don't bother
Yeah,
her, but it
that's why
does.
she got to prove. It's like she got to prove to
Yeah.
them. Her way of proving to them that it doesn't bother her is thinking that she's embarrassing people that has taken care of their children, like myself, and all my children is damn near grown. You think I care what you do at your baby's birthday party? Like, make it make sense. I don't have no little babies.
And one of the things I don't like is talking about molestation or rape or somebody kid being touched.
It's crazy work.
That's something to me is not funny, because that stuff happens a lot in families that
Every
kids are
day.
scared to speak up on. And for you to mock that as if something like every person that you have a problem with is happening to their children or had happened to their children, or that's not nothing to play with. That's not nothing funny to even be discussing on the internet and making an accusation about somebody's child, grandchild, or whatever. I just don't like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's just wrong. And I just can't get with that. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but if somebody's screen recording and screenshotting this, then what I'm saying is something that's real. I'm not saying that
It
that's rude or
is.
disrespectful. I'm
It
just
goes
telling
to
you that the
anybody
things
though.
that, yes, what you're saying is just wrong, and you need to stop doing these things and stop saying this stuff that you were saying, because it's not cute, and this stuff stays on the internet forever. Your granddaughter gonna grow up and just see how her grandmother was at that time,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that stuff stays out here. Your grandbaby's only 7 months, but as she get older, this stuff is out here, and it's
That is
showing
true.
your ignorance as a grandmama or as a
And
mother. It's showing
you're
all
right.
of that, because it
And
doesn't go
another
away. It's there.
is it don't go away. Another thing, Will people knock it off with the grandma thing? Let me tell you something. It's a privilege to be a grandmother, but it's not the privilege, technically, when you think of the grandmama. It's the privilege of the grandchild. So when you want to think you're going to hurt me by saying I think she's got a problem because she can't see a grandchild, no, I don't. I don't want no child around me whose mother don't want them around me. Okay, what they will be missing is love. So who's the one
Exactly.
that's getting hurt from it? Not me. So to say that, when I come on now, do you think if your daughter had any other option, she would have you watching her child? Let's be for real here. But
But
that's all they are.
when that grandchild get up to age enough, it would seek out and find who their grandmama was, and this when all the things would come out that the mama kept you away from me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
And
me. It
that'll be
wasn't because
that.
I didn't want to. It wasn't because I
But
didn't want to
see,
be
if
in your
I
life.
be wrong
Your
though,
mother
if I got
kept you away from me because she was being ignorant.
mm-hmm. But see,
It had
I'll be
nothing to do with
wrong
me.
if I got on here and said, F that baby. But that's
Right.
not how I feel. I feel like
Right.
F her mama. That's her child, not mine. I don't have any
Exactly.
say so. Plus, I'm a mother of boys. Like when we talk, when a
Yep.
woman get mad at a man, the first thing they do is remove the child. So I'm in the baby. Let's see how many more times it's gonna happen. That's how I feel about it. But I got one right here with me, and I love her down.
Well, they're gonna use that baby as a hostage, because things not going their way. So they use that baby as a hostage, you know what I'm saying, because they mad at the father. But at the end of the day, the baby is the one that's losing out because at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
she still could have had a relationship with her grandmother, whether the father is around or not. The grandmama's still here because you choose to have this little issue. Then that's on you. But at the end of the day, when that baby grow up and get up in age enough that where she can reach out and seek her grandmother and find out that the love that she could have had and her mother was the one who stop that, it'd be a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I feel you. I'm not kissing
Me neither.
nobody's ass
I'm not.
to be with your child. That's yours. Do what you do.
Do what you do, baby. Keep
Because
them
me, my attitude, I say fuck you and that baby. I don't care.
safe.
But
see,
that's what I say, because that's what I said back in the day. I'm not kissing nobody's ass
yeah.
to spend my money or my time on a
Yes.
child when you want to sit here with this BS. I'm not doing that. I
Like,
will
come
not,
on, man.
never. But see, you different. Like you and my sister, y'all have all boys. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Mm-hmm.
got two daughters, so I don't have to deal with that. But my daughters, I'm gonna see my grandbaby whenever I want to. Because
That's
the
true.
girls, you ain't have to go through that shit. But with the boys,
Yeah.
you have to deal with the baby mama and all that drama and the BS that they go through because now she mad at him because he dicking somebody else down and not her no more. And
Right.
then,
And now
it's
you
a
want to use
whole
the
big
baby as a
issue.
pawn. A
Yeah.
pawn.
Upon and me, I'm not finna go through that shit. I don't give a fuck. That's y'all's. That you do you. You know what I'm saying? I spend my money
Uh-huh.
on the other insurance. I ain't gonna worry about this one. Do
That's
you?
it. So it's like it's just the things that attempt to try me. But again, if I have the ability to come against what's spoken about me, right? That's what
Exactly.
it is. That's what we're supposed to do. If what's spoken about me is being said on the internet, guess where I'm gonna come to respond to it? The internet.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this space, I don't have to meet her where she at. But if you the response you're gonna get from me is how dare you? Really, every time. But clearly,
Exactly.
that's just what you're gonna do because why? This is a pattern of behavior from
Right.
one
Yeah.
individual to so many different people. Even when what Darnell said about her line saying you really went and made a police report. I didn't know that. To say this man slashed your tires and he had never came to Texas. But then y'all
Mm-hmm.
want to be pissed off at Chris because she dealing with situations. It just amazes me how people react. And you mean to tell me you should be able to go wherever you want to go, be able to comment on what you see. Nobody that be in the comments is forcing somebody to push a button and open up their world to them.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't even fuck with Darnell or anything like that, she blamed a lot of stuff on the nosy neighbors.
Okay.
And they did not have nothing to do with it. Everything was the nosy neighbors. but you
Mhm.
had enemies before the nosy neighbors.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be just correct and clear with the shit. You see what I'm saying? I
Right.
like she always every time she claimed child protective service came to her house, it was a nosy neighbors. But
Mhm.
nosy neighbors wasn't the only people you was beefing with. You were beefing with the people that had something to do with Brianna. You were beefing with people
Mhm.
with a whole lot of other people that could have called if that was the case.
Right.
And
Even
I
after
said,
people that
even
was coming on her platform, it wasn't even content creators. Remember, she was helping people and then beefing with the people she was helping.
yeah, because I had told her back then when I told her, I said, you can't always say that it was the nosy neighbors that did that because you don't know who did it because it was a whole lot of other people that did not like you. But every
Mhm.
time, the first people you want to say, they called my job, they called Child Protective Service, they called these people. I said, you don't know who did it. I said, and first of all, you can't say Darnell did it for the simple fact that you don't know who did it because supporters going to call whether you ask them to or not.
They're going to like when let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about that. When a person invests so much time into you, the person behind the camera, and they're bringing you something to see and giving their opinion on what they see, you're going to have some type of reaction from that. I don't care what nobody say. I could be scrolling up the internet and I could see two people fighting. Immediate, don't let one be getting jumped. Immediately, I'm like, this don't make no damn sense. And I feel some type of way. Where the heads up, blah, blah, blah. So when you go in these places and spaces, or you wanting to argue with, first you're arguing with the person behind the camera, then you're going into the comments and arguing with people in the comments, but then you want to blame the person that was behind the camera. What?
Exactly. So you can't say exactly you don't know who's doing it because you have so many enemies that you can't pinpoint one person. And that's what I was to try to tell us. I said, as long as you go on this internet, you're gonna have what you have. I said the
Mhm.
only way you won't have these issues if you stay off of there. But if you're
Or
gonna be on
stop
this, then
doing what you're doing.
you're gonna have to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can't just say every time it was the nosy neighbors or Darnell or and I'm not even trying to defend him because we are not cool. But at the end of the day,
But
right
that's
is right,
facts.
wrong is wrong.
Right.
The fact
Right.
that you don't know who calling his supporters, he not on there saying, "Hey, y'all call TPS on her." No, these people they do that shit on their own. That's just like the people who that was following the people that did not like Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide to call the festivals and they decide to call this and that. It wasn't like people on there saying, well, go call the festival shit. These people did that stuff on their own because that's what they wanted to do.
That's what they did. From what
Exactly.
they were
It has
seeing,
nothing.
it
So how
triggered
you gonna
something in
blame the
them.
yeah, how you gonna blame the content creator for what other people do? Just like what people was calling about your sauce and stuff. Those were supporters that wanted to do that. It want you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit here and say, well, he should have told them not to do that. How the fuck he gonna tell some grown ass people
That's
not to
true.
call this or that? Rather
Because it's
he go
always
on
gonna
his
be somebody that do it anyway.
anyway, he can go on his platform and say, look, nosy neighbors, or look, Irish Squad, or look this. Don't be calling these people. They gonna still do it, whatever they
Mm-hmm.
want to do. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they do because they don't like you.
And the sad part is they're gonna do it. They're gonna bring the person they follow the information to see how you're gonna react to it to the world.
Hmm.
It's
And it
so
keep the
much
content going. It
control.
keep the content going. It keep the lives going. It
Yeah.
keep the stuff going. So if they don't like you, they gonna do it. Period. They don't like your attitude. They don't
You
like
ain't
what you
gotta say
saying.
nothing.
They don't like what you doing on this month. So they gonna do it. They gonna call and they gonna do whatever they can to try to bring you down.
Mm-hmm.
But that's people who
Mm-hmm.
have time to do that. Me, I don't have time to do that. I ain't finna sit around here trying to figure out where a person live,
It's too
what they
much.
work at, what they doing. I'm not finna go. I
It's too
ain't finna
much.
go on the computer doing that. I got better shit to do with my time than try to figure out where anybody will live at, what they doing, where they work. I don't care.
Right. Another
I
thing
do
too,
not
it's
care.
like when they say report people. If people only understood what it takes, see, what gets me with people that send me stuff, you should report her. Your picture is her thumbnail. You should report her. She said this. You should report her. She said that. Do you know how much it takes to do a copyright? You got to go through. It's not that. It ain't that serious. You took a picture of me, you had to post it for people to come and laugh at a picture of me where I show my face every day. Have at it.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
can't.
But at the end of the day, you about to start your new business. Everything about to fall in place with it. You see what I'm saying?
It
It's gonna
is.
be it's gonna be beautiful and profitable for you. You know what I'm saying? For you and your grandkids and your children. All this other issue with her is irrelevant because your
Mhm.
focus should be on that. She's not even nothing important to even worry about because at the end of the day, she's gonna keep
Yeah, that's what you
continuing
gonna
to
do.
say the stuff that she say. It's not gonna stop.
Hmm.
It's a revolving door. It's gonna keep going and keep going and keep going.
Hmm. That's
It's not
exactly
gonna
what
stop.
she's gonna do. And see, that's why I say my thing is, if her goal is to try to take me there, she can keep going because it's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
At some point, be prepared that I don't even you don't exist to me, so to speak.
Yeah.
At some point, when you keep when do somebody get dizzy? Basically, you said revolving door. When I think about it like that, and the door is just constantly going, 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 going. At some point, the euphoria sit in, and you just out of your mind. I'm not on that. I'm not in a revolving door. I walk through doors. I don't spin in them. No,
Yeah.
that's not how this working for me
And at
at
some
all.
point, it gets mentally exhausting. That's why I stopped. When I used to be on Darnell's Live, and I used to be on there, and I used to be on there going hard for Carmen and Tank. And I stepped back and I left it to go because the shit was missing. It was mentally exhausting, and it was a constant revolving door that was gonna never stop. So what was the point? So I let it go.
Yes, yeah, Pauline. A
Like right
lot of
now,
1 second. So a lot of stuff had happened because I had got an email back then. And I'm not gonna
hmm
lie, I said it was Donnell and the nosy neighbors. I did say that, right? I came on and I spazzed the hell out. No, I was sitting in the car, Pauline. So I had gotten an email and it was from the Tennessee Department of Food and Drug Administration. And I'm not the only one that's been done like this. For those of you all who know, it's a pattern. Again, it's a pattern even how people come for you. Because if you think about everybody that has created a sauce, anything of liquid value, anything of perishable value, and you're selling it across state lines, which I had to learn this because I didn't have this problem in Chicago. I didn't have haters in Chicago. We loved on each other, one band, one sound up there. So I get over here and I get on the internet and we over here jamming. I'm selling. I'm selling them like we so tired. I made, remember one time about 300 jars on one weekend. So I get an email and it says, because you're selling across state lines, you have to be in a commercial kitchen. Then it was people coming out saying my sauces was horrible. That come to find out it wasn't true. They never had them. They were just going online trying to destroy my business. So I've been down that route already. But yeah, it did happen. But will blame. Just like at times it was Nikki did this, Nikki sent that, Nikki did this. No, Nikki was getting everything and Nikki was talking about it. That's what was
that's why
happening.
I remember I remember that like you were saying the nosy neighbors was doing that, but at that time I felt like okay, well you can't just say the nosy neighbor because at that time you was beefing with the teammates too, because they
Yeah,
was mad at you about the situation between you and Nanny. So you didn't know if it was either
I
the nosy
didn't.
neighbors or the teammates. You see
I
what I'm
did
saying?
not know. You are
Because it could have
absolutely
been one of
correct.
them, but it was directed towards the nosy neighbors. You see what
And
I'm
it could
saying?
have been somebody who was fucking with me just to do something to see how I was gonna react.
Yeah, but everything was blamed on the nosy neighbors at that time. Not that
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to defend any of them, because I'm not. But I'm just making an example how
But you
people
see
like to
how we
trigger.
can have this conversation about this, and now you was
Yeah,
once over there and I having it, and we don't have to
right.
say it. It's the truth. Why am I gonna
Yeah,
sit
because
here
I'm
and
not at any cost. I'll let y'all know for sure. I'm not defending none of them. But I'm just saying, people were always like trying to pinpoint it to one person when it could have been
lie?
other people because you was beefing with more than just one set of
Exactly.
content creators. But
So
you want
why
to
is
put
it
it on
just
one
Miss
person.
Chris now? Everything is Miss Chris now.
Yeah, everything. And Miss Chris is not the only people. The lovelies, the Irish Squad is not the only content creators that does not like her. Cause
Hmm.
she have people that did not like her way before this even happened.
Exactly. It just was
Way
adding.
before this happened. This been going on for almost 5 years now with her having people calling child protective service on her back 4 years ago when I was on the scene.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
Pauline.
she was saying that. So it's not nothing different. It's just a different year.
It's a different year with the same
Yeah.
pattern,
Yeah.
a
Different
different
year.
group of people. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. The only difference in this situation right now is that it's me.
And the only thing that like me, if I was like I was 3, 4 years ago, I'd be on here cussing and going off. And you know how I was back then when I
Mm-hmm.
was with the shits too, because we both was with with the BS back then. You
What
know,
was said
like
in the chat, Sherry? I'm listening to you, sister. Go ahead.
like they want to, like the nosy neighbors against me now. You know, I'm a drunk B and I'm a drunk this or whatever. Okay, but hey, back then I was Auntie Veer, but today I'm this because I'm not with y'all BS no more. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I don't care because when I hang up this stuff, I'ma still
Mm-hmm.
live my life
Right. Right. That
greatly,
is true. That is
greatly.
true.
I don't
She has
need
a ton of
none of
people that
that. You
think
know what I'm
like
saying?
her. That is true.
But
It's a ton of people. So she pinpoints. Sorry, Nikki, I was late teaching aerobics at my church. No worries, sister. I didn't get home till a little bit after 5. It's okay, sister. Oh, they were calling on my sauces. I got you. So and I was on here cutting up, but at
oh
some
yeah,
point
and we
you
was
get
all cutting
tired
up and we was beefing. You know, we was beefing back and forth 3, 4 years ago.
because
Let's be clear. And
Darnell is the one that
for
gave
me
me
to
that
be
name first,
on your
ain't it?
thing,
Remember, he was the one that gave me that name first, Ethel. Then he started saying everything's a lie.
oh yeah, he started off with box braids.
Oh, yeah.
It started off with Life Roach. Oh, and then it was box braids. Then it was
No, it
Ethel.
was gutter
Everything's
roach.
a lie.
It was gutter
Everything's
roach.
a lie.
It was gutter roach because
Gutter
I'm
roach,
like,
yeah,
let me
gutter
go make
roach.
me a little T-shirt and be that gutter roach.
Yeah,
The
it was
same thing
box
that
braids,
everybody was
gutter
telling
roach.
Don
Then it
not
was
to do.
Ethel, because Ethel supposed to
Yeah,
mean everything's a lie. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And then that's what now Chandra want to use it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But at the end of the day,
right.
using somebody else's stuff. You know. But at the end of the day, we all did some things back then, and everybody has
Yes,
to upgrade and change at some point in your life. I
yes.
made a choice to stop being in it because I'm fighting a fight that has nothing to do with me. I have high blood pressure. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm on these lives just going crazy and all this stuff, and my blood pressure up high.
Amen. Let's
And
talk
how's it
about it.
benefiting me?
Honey, I used to
And
put
how's it
that camera
benefiting
on
me?
like, come on, don't let me get in my car. Sweating like
Okay, you was in that garage, girl. You used to sit in that damn garage. I say, Lord have mercy. And I used to be on there listening. I'm gonna see what she gonna say this time. I'm sitting up here screen recording, screenshotting, sending this shit. I'm in everybody's shit. Everybody's group. I ain't gonna lie, I was in everybody's group, screen recording, sending it. I'm like this. I said, you know what, God, I spend more time with this shit in my life. I'm not gonna do this. No, I am done. And I would say, you know what changed me around and stopped me is the day that I said, and I'm gonna be truthful. That day I went live on Darnell's Live, and I was saying some disrespectful stuff about Carmen's daughter. And that's when I stopped. I said, I'm done. I can't do this no more. I
Mm-hmm.
really did. I said some mean and I'm not a really caring person. I really don't give two fucks about people, to be honest. I'm gonna just keep it 100. But I went too far, and that's how I felt.
And see, you was able to, that's the mercy I'm talking about. I just said it
Hmm.
up here. This is when you learn who people really are. When in the
Yeah,
darkest moments, where is the mercy? When people don't show any, that's showing you exactly who they are.
yeah.
This
I
is uh, mm,
I felt bad because I went too far. I felt real bad. I had to call Carmen. I apologized to her because I felt bad. What I said and how I said it was really disrespectful and wrong. And I felt bad because I made things even worse for her because she was already fighting people. And then what I did just made it worse for her. Now she got to fight about that. And that bothered me. And I said, I'm done. And I
right.
actually, after probably a year after that, I spoke with her daughter and I apologized to her. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. That was
But
awesome. That was
I
awesome. Because
felt
you know
bad.
what?
I felt
I was
bad. And I said, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more.
Right.
I'm not
Because
doing
and
this no
what I
more.
was reading a minute ago, and it was just because somebody else has no bottom doesn't mean that you have to leave your values behind. It is our character that reveals it's our character that which is revealed by what we refuse to do even when we are angry. So it's like anybody could go to hell. We all can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Each and
Mm-hmm.
every one of us. Some people go to hell without a camera on. And then they come out here and act like they don't have moments where they take you straight to hell with them, pulling you down there. And then, but strength is knowing where your line is and refusing to cross it. There's
And
no
see, the thing
line.
with me, I can go past hell, and then the devil will come and pull my ass back up to hell and say, "Look, this is where you're supposed to be at." But if you
Mm,
push me, I can go under hell, and he will have to come and get me and dig my ass back up there and say, "Veer, this is where you're supposed to be at, in hell, not under hell." But I'm leaving it alone
yeah,
within in my life because I want to focus on my grandbabies. I want to focus on having my life good and be able to be here long enough to spend it with my grandkids. Because my longevity in my family, we don't get to 100 years old. You see what I'm saying? Some people family get to 100, some don't.
yeah. A
My
sister
mother
said,
passed away at 70.
she
You see what I'm
said,
saying?
uh-huh.
So if I can make it past 70, I'm happy.
That's a
So
blessing.
yeah. So to be on here just beefing and arguing and fighting with people every day, that slows down your lifespan because
It
you have
sure
so much
the hell
anger
do.
in you.
It
It
sure the
slows it
hell
down.
do.
Because all you
It
have is
will.
hatred and anger in your heart and all the time. And I
And
had that in my
right.
life already for at least 30 years, 40 years. I already had that in my heart because I was always an angry motherfucker because I'm ready to cuss, fight, or whatever with anybody. Like, who you talking to?
Right. Sister,
I don't want
yes,
to.
I will be. Are you going to start back? I will start back making sauces, you all. My problem before was I was doing too many things at one time. And I was telling this to my therapist, like I'm a multitasker. Actually, it was one of my program specialists in one of my workshops, and they were putting up the pros and cons and different things. And they explained how multitasking be that's me. I try my best to control it or whatever the case may be, but it can be a blessing and it has its pros and cons because I know I could take on a whole bunch of things and then I'll do that where I should just let them come in layers. So once I'm done with the daycare and I have that up and running, like I have to have my place ready to when the fire inspector comes, he comes and he walks through like I'm ready to open. So I don't want to start focusing on sauces because when I get in tune with making sauces, I love what I do. Even when I cook, ask the sisters that was here. Anywho, I love it so much to a point where it's me. I can turn on some music, put on some headphones. It used to be times where Papa Bear used to be like, all right, it's time for you to stop. It's time for you to go to bed. When it came to packing everything, I would pack everything right here in my house. When me and Cook and Aisha was cool, and she talked about, I sent her some of my sauces, and she said something about them. I couldn't keep enough jar. I was like, people had to wait for literally like 2 weeks, and they waited patiently. But it was because I love what I do. So yeah, I will start back, but I just can't do it while I'm trying to finish. I got to move decent and in order this time. If I had to sum it up, but I will be. And if you don't go nowhere, you'll see them. They'll come back, and I'm gonna come back with a sale with the only 6 ones that I do, which is garlic parm, garlic butter. You can get it spicy or mild, oxtail spicy or mild, jerk spicy or mild, and curry spicy or mild. Those are the 6. But I'll be back with it. Yep.
I
So
want to say
yes.
thank you, Long Ranger and Miss Pauline. Thank you both very much.
So she said, "Thank you." I don't know what I missed, but thank y'all. Very said.
The
Threw
Lone
down in the
Ranger and
kitchen.
Pauline, yeah. I'm trying to change. I'm 57 years old. I don't have time for all this BS no more. I'm trying to, like I said, and you know how I was back then, Nikki. We all was in that BS back then.
Yeah,
Me and you remember you did a little video, calling me a drunk and you had the alcohol in the corner and
I
shit like
sure
this for
did.
beers.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
And I remember when that was. Something had happened. I think Darnell had did a live, and everybody was like, Vera over there with her drunk ass talking about you
Uh-huh.
like a dog.
Uh-huh.
That
your inbox. Man, I was getting messages on Chop It Up. I was getting messages on everything. They were sending messages in Rowan. But I think that day I got up and I said, okay, I'm gonna think this one out because she got me all the way effed up. I'm not bull crapping. I got on the phone with Michelle. Michelle's like, Nikki, she was always in my ear as far as, okay, I'll reel you back in. I'm like, no, ain't no reeling in. I don't know who she thinks she is. I'm about to woo, 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 woo. Yes. And I would take so much time into doing everything that I was doing. That's why when I say I sat in that, and it was really a pastor, right? People run from conviction. I don't. I embrace it because that means the Lord is really trying to get my attention about something. Right. And I promise y'all, when I was out there, I was having a damn good time with Frida, okay? This is when Poppy was still living. Her family loved me like I'm their family. I'm kicking it with the fellas. I'm getting shots after shot, good food. Mama Pamela sent me Pastor Dwight Buckner. And when I tell y'all a heavy conviction fell over me, I can't explain it until y'all experience. Maybe some people ain't been there yet, but I promise you, when you do, you're going to come back if we still alive or if I'm still alive, and you're going to tell me, yo, I know what you're talking about because I felt it. And the way that heaviness fell on me, when I hit that button, I told Frida, I text 3 sisters. I text Mama Pamela, I text Tanya, and I text Michelle. And I said, I'm about to do a live. And I said, I'm done. Mm-hmm. I told them, I said, I want to
think that live when
forgiveness to everybody that
you was in Bermuda, wasn't you? In
yes.
Bermuda.
And these were my exact words, y'all. I'm not bullcrapping. I could say it like because this was a real feeling. And I was like, I called them Ghost Boy at the time. I released Ghost Boy. I said every name. Ghost Boy, Darnell, Jonathan. I released every person in his chat. I released Chef, her lady, everybody in her chat. I released Lena.
No, you did not release them too. You never said their names.
No. Not on live. I'm telling y'all what I said to the sisters before I came on. This is before I'm coming on the live stream.
Because you never said them two. Them two, you never said. Everybody but them.
I told them because at the I was really ready to. I was ready to come at. I said I was releasing everyone, meaning forgiving everyone, but I was not apologizing for my.
I know that's what I'm saying. Exactly you said you forgiving, but you never said them two. You said everybody but them two. On the live. I was on there.
Ladies?
Yeah, you never said them two.
I thought I did say that. That's what I meant.
No.
So
you said everybody but them.
I don't remember that part. If I did,
I do.
I guess we said I did.
You didn't release them.
I didn't
they still locked up. They ain't been released.
No, they ain't. Yes, they have. They have been released. Because guess what? That was the end of it. And maybe because behind the camera was those 2 that I was arguing with and not them. They did it to me. Everybody else did it for them. I would say that. So maybe I didn't say their names.
No, you
but that's where that attachment came in at. Mm-hmm. However, I'm telling y'all, I really felt that. So when you're tired of something. Mm-hmm. Most people will fight it. And they fight it in fear because they don't want what's next. They've gotten too comfortable where they are.
And let me say this, Nikki, even when you went on Darnell's live that day, you still said you forgave, but you still didn't say nothing about them. Even on his live. You ain't never say them two. I'm just keeping 100, nigga. I don't like the lie.
Well, they part of the attachment.
Okay, because you never said that name even on his live.
I ain't got no issues with them. Don't do that. I ain't got no issues. But I was.
You say I forgive, but you would not say their name for shit.
Yeah. But I did. I released myself from all of that then. But I honestly, truly didn't feel like I owed an apology for people who chose to come for me from my opinion about something, which is where we started today. So for my opinion and how loud I was towards people in return. That's was a result of it. But see, I knew that. And the crazy
Yeah.
part, I was willing to go toe to toe with it. I had to get tired of that. And I'm telling you, a level of heaviness fell on my shoulders where Frida was just like, "Are you okay? You sure you want to go live?" And it rained that day. And I
Well, you know,
couldn't even,
you get tired. You get
yeah,
tired of it.
yeah. And I was shaking. And you know what? It wasn't because something that I couldn't do. It was something I didn't want to do no more. It
Well, for
was
me,
very heavy
it was just
and
mentally tiresome.
very
It was just
hard.
mentally. It
Yeah,
was mentally for me.
yeah.
It's arguing with people that I really don't even know. And it got mentally exhausting for me to sit here on these lives all the time, going back and forth, cussing and going off with people I don't know on the internet because I'm defending someone because I felt like at that time for me that they were being justly done wrong. And I'm trying to defend some people and I'm mentally I mean, I'm going in, nothing to fuck up. Now I'm getting dragged. You see what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
getting dragged like a mother.
That's what
Vanice
happens
calling
in
me a
this
goddamn
space.
crackhead. I'm a crackhead and shit. I'm getting cartoons of me, a crackhead beer, and I drink Listerine, all kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting dragged like a
But you know what
motherfucker
I
through
could
these
say about you,
streets.
Vera? I could say this
Huh?
about you. You just came back with whatever you had to say about the person.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I've ever heard you speak outside of like what you said with the daughter. I've never really heard you and all the back and forth we was doing. I never heard you say nothing about my mom. I've heard you say she
No.
lying, but I ain't never
Yeah.
heard you talk about my children. I ain't never heard you talk about none of that to
The
the
only
extent of
reason
where I
why
am right now.
The only reason I'm gonna be honest, the only reason why I spoke on her daughter was the simple fact that I went through some stuff with my mother. You see what I'm saying? Which
Uh,
I'm not gonna put on the internet because it's personal things that happened to me as a child with my mother. You see what I'm saying?
right, right.
But at the end of the
I think we
day,
all have
I
experienced the moment with our mother,
right.
though. But I
And at
get
the
it;
end
it's
of the day,
personal.
I do not care what the fuck happened. I will not let anybody disrespect my mother. And there's no way that I will go on any platform that's trying to disrespect my mother and be a part of it. And that's what I'm saying. And that's just
Mm,
how I felt. And at that time,
mhm,
I was kind of pissed off because at the end of the day, if your mother right or wrong, that's still your mother. Why would you go over there to platforms where they dogging your mother at? Because I would not go to any platform that's trying to disrespect or dog the shit out of my mother. Because I'm about to come over there. I'll
mhm.
come over there, but it's not coming over there to be helpful. I'm coming over
I
that
see what
motherfucker
you're
because I'm about
saying.
to get in your ass, bitch, because you're not finna talk
Right.
about my mother like that. That's just how I felt. You see what I'm saying? I don't
Yes.
care. And my mother was wrong in a lot of things that happened to me, but at the end of the day, that's still my mother, and I'm not finna
That's
let
still your mama.
anybody
I get it.
disrespect my mother because I'm gonna beat your
I get
ass.
it.
Okay, Teresa,
I'm the
you
type of
said
person, I'm the only
don't
person
play
you could
with Vera
disrespect
Mama.
my mother.
Nobody, don't play.
Hell no.
Nobody play with Vera Mama. Teresa,
I'm the
I
only
think
person
people
that
thought.
disrespect my mother, nobody else.
Okay. I think people thought
Mhm.
you were gonna eventually go back to the old Nikki, but I felt you were done right after that live. God definitely got a hold of you. And I was tormented afterwards. I'm gonna tell y'all the enemy was on me. So when I tell you that same day, the way my phone was bing, 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 bing. Are you serious? Bing, 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 bing. You know, your flesh want to get fed, right? So it's people like, nah, wait a minute, hype me up. Come on back. Get back in the ring, champ. Like, yo, no, I'm dead ass. I'm serious. And I think now, Teresa, this is why the enemy is on me so tough because it's an anger. But I've never folded. I've owned every space. I can't fold. And again, just like Vera said, she got tired of it. I couldn't allow a person to drag me back to some place where I left because I didn't want to be there. That's like going back to a place that you just knew you didn't want to be for whatever it
You,
is.
yeah, you back in 2023,
I can't do that.
and
That
we in
says so
26.
much for me. Now, if
Yes.
I didn't give a doggone and I really didn't care and my flesh was still in control, I would be checking a bag on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, but I care. I care about my soul. And I'm trying to look like I'm 50 till I'm 100. Like I said before, y'all, I promise. I
And
promise you I am.
and I
Let me
feel
see.
you had something that was good for you because you know, you went to the church. You went to the God to help
Yes, where I
you
said
and
I
bring
wasn't
you.
going. That's another thing. When I was with the Shakespeare, I was like, I ain't got to go to
Yeah.
nobody church. I ain't got to do none of that. I ain't got to woo wop the bam. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute, because I'm telling you, right up in here in my forehead, y'all, my veins used to be popping out. Like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm doing woo, 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 blah, blah, blah. I
To
don't need no
Jesus come
church.
back.
I ain't got to
That was
set
your
foot in no
favorite
church.
word.
When
Your
I
favorite word to Jesus come back. I say, well,
baby,
damn, you got to pay them flip flops. Okay.
that was a lie. And Lord, Father, I'm still asking for your forgiveness for that.
And me, I didn't go to the church to get me to say I'm not doing it no more. Because, for the first 30 years of my life, I didn't believe in God.
Uh-huh.
At least 30, 40 years, I did not believe in God because I felt like the things that happened to me, why would God allow that?
Right. Right. And that's
Especially
a lot of people,
to a
yeah.
child. Yeah, I said,
Yeah.
why would you allow a child to go through this if there was a God?
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
anybody you should defend is a kid, because a kid can't defend themselves, they're helpless. So,
Mm-hmm.
my grandma, I grew up in church, and my grandmother used to take us to church all the time. My cousin Corey is a pastor, and we had to go to, when I stayed with her, I was in church, I go to school 5 days, 7 days, I'm at church. I used to hate it. That I don't even go to church
Mm-hmm.
right now today. I don't go to
Mm-hmm.
church. I just pray at home. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I didn't believe in God for most of my teenage and young adult years. I did not believe in God because if there
Mm-hmm.
was a God, then why would you allow me to go through the things I had to go through as a child and stuff like that? That's how I feel. And I
That's
have felt
true.
like the other kids that was suffering too as I was growing up in my teenage years and I see the things that was going on. Like if there's a God, why is He allowed this happening to these babies? They defenseless. That's what my mind was at.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it
get
took
it.
me a while to get to start believing. It took me, yeah, I had to be close to my 40s before. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Because for the longest time, people are like, well, you an atheist? I don't believe in nothing.
Right. And it's a lot of people that are still like that to this day. The enemy knew
Yeah.
what you were becoming a God. So he go, oh, absolutely. And the crazy part is that when you are like I grew up in the church. My grandmama used to make us go no matter what.
Mine too.
My mama, like you say, I was the same way, right? So
Hmm.
for me, but when you rededicate your life, you be like on Jesus overload. You wanna hear more scriptures. You wanna be in prayer. So everything that you take in, you want to share. So a person will think that like that holier than thou thing, you hear a lot of people say that because they're not ready to shift into something better. Just like you hear people say, you think you better. You know what I mean? No, it's not about it. You
Hmm.
you think I'm better. I don't have that thought. I am just grateful for where I am. And if I feel full and I want to sow into people what he's doing in my life, there's nothing wrong with that because ultimately that is the job. We are supposed to spread the good news. Now, in whatever way the people receive it, God got somebody to give his word to every walk of life. Look at how he picked the disciples, like, stop playing with me. But see, a person, again, that's not ready, they're going to come against you being ready because they rather you stay where you was at. And this is the same thing. And you got to have some thick skin. You got to be them bent through the fire, for the chance to learn with you. You got to be ready for that. If you haven't been through that, it ain't a space for you. It really ain't. And when you
Yeah.
think about this real quick, what keeps echoing in my spirit, like for real, is that a person that ain't got no limits eventually runs out of people who actually trust them. Now, with that in mind, if nothing is off limits today, who's safe tomorrow?
Right.
Who?
Hmm.
And when you think about that, it's like I choose to never become so desperate to hurt someone else that I lose myself in the process. I ain't got to get a W at the cost of my character, because in that space, that ain't even a victory. Who is it a victory for? It ain't a victory for nobody. Like
Exactly.
straight up. And it's crazy. So with the things that was said, y'all, after I listened to it, and this is a part of my growth again, because I listened to it, and when a person can touch a touchy space of your life and they know what really they can say to get at you, because their ultimate goal is to see you crash out, so that what they've been speaking out of their sour lips about you, they can say, I told you so. Look at how much energy they're putting. Look at how much darkness they put in just to see you behaving the same way they behave.
Yeah, because they know certain things and certain stuff gonna tick and bother you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they know to get that reaction from you.
And that's why I said yesterday, I
So
choose to respond other than to react.
yeah, they
Reactions are
trying to get a
emotional.
reaction from you. So when they
Yes.
speak on your grandchild, they speak on your kids, or they speak on your husband, or they speak on whatever, they know that reaction gonna come. Because that's why they
Right.
do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they want you to react to it. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's a reaction or a response, then they're gonna get either
They want
or.
it in a negative way. They
Yeah,
want it. That's
they're
the
gonna get
goal.
either or. They're gonna get a reaction or a
Yeah.
response. Well,
Mhm.
anyway, they said the shit to get any one of them.
Get a response, period. Just something for you to
Any
open
one of
your
them, they're
mouth
gonna
to
get it
say.
because they know
Right.
that's gonna make you do it.
So that's
Whether if you
that's why
react
it's
to it or
important
you
to me.
respond to it, they're gonna get it because they know you're gonna say something
Right. That's why
about it.
it's important to me now that I think about the way I respond and choose what I'm going to respond to. Because until a person sits in a space that I've sat in, they can't tell me shit. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can. Nobody has endured what I've endured being behind this camera and still showing up. I don't care. Call me broke, tell me to get a job. Clearly, I'm making something happen and it ain't coming from the internet. Because guess what? I'm going to say something. I don't care who tell it, in the words of Don Time. Because when the girl found all that money in her car trying to say that we were all broke, Facebook hadn't even paid out yet. But she sat in that car and she said, thank y'all. This what y'all paid me this month. They hadn't even paid out. But look at how much you go through to try to flex on somebody who ain't worried about what the internet think about them. I don't
What they
see these
say,
people every day. They're not
Jana
in my
Ward.
real life.
Yeah, Jana Ward, you stay in the D.
Like what? I'm gonna read the prayer with y'all in a second. Let me go through some of y'all comments. And
I
when
think her
you
name
went to
saying
church, Lord, I knew
I think it's
there was a
Jana
God. Yes,
Ward.
because the church didn't even get me. Remember, I had let go, but I still hadn't went to church. And you know why I had went? I'm gonna tell you why. Because I knew once I sat in there, I was still teetering. I was teetering like a person that want to get high and they really don't want to get high. And then when they get around their friends that still get high, they know they got to leave them friends alone, because eventually if they stay with them, they're not ready to be in the company of their addiction without falling off. But
Jana
see,
Ward, what up? Can I say what
that's where
up,
I
though?
was.
I'm gonna say Jana Ward, what up, though, nigga? Hey, inbox me, Red Jackson. We can hook up, sugar.
So yes, I had to, sister. That was the time when I did go to church. I went to the mental health seminar. And remember, I had
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Evie come over here and talk to me. Lynn kept sewing into me. Mama Pamela was on the back end sewing into me. And at the same time, I had people telling me then, I'm so happy that you let things go. But see, I already knew, because I know how people are. There were so many people latched on to me just because of entertainment. They didn't care about what was happening to me. They didn't care about what it might have been doing to me mentally. They were only latched on to me for what I was bringing to them. And when I
For the
stopped bringing
entertainment.
that to them, they left. And guess what? If my peace don't mean shit to you, it's going to mean a hell of a lot to me. So if I realize that you really don't fuck with me for real, then I'm so glad that you showed me in one of the most hardest spaces of my life, because it's a fight. I don't care what nobody say. Somebody pissed
Everything,
me off today. It was a fight.
Nikki, everything back then was all about entertainment for everybody. All that stuff, they didn't care about it was your real life thing. Because none of us did, including myself. It was all
I'm not talking
entertainment.
about the
Everybody's
people I was beefing with. I'm talking about the
no,
people
I'm
that
talking about the
fell off.
people that was in the chats as well. It was all entertainment. They link in to see the entertainment that was gonna be given to them that day. And then they kept that shit going by sending you stuff.
Yeah, that's what it
Sending
was.
you stuff. sending you
That's
stuff
what
to
it
keep
was.
you
Now,
going,
yeah. But
to keep you nutting up. You know,
you will have people, in the chats. Let's be for real, y'all, that will be saying, oh, you need to just let it go. Let's be more positive. Oh, you need this or that. Oh, well, this or that. It happens in everybody's chat. Girl, protect your peace. And as soon as you make the decision to protect it, they're gone because they really didn't want you to do it. This is what I'm
because they
saying.
liked all the shit that was going on. It was entertainment for them.
So when a person try to tell me something about a number or doing something for a number, I say over and over again, I know how to pull a number. It's a choice. Don't get
It
it
was a
twisted.
television show. It was a whole television show for all these motherfuckers. They didn't have to pay for they entertainment on TV. They just came
They
on the
said they paid their
motherfucking.
Wi-Fi, damn it.
Hell yes, they can go on YouTube or Facebook and watch the beef go on between all these different
Yes,
content creators. It was a TV show for everybody,
it
and
was.
it is what. And then when the everything starts slowing down, now they trying to stir it back up.
Yep.
They
And
trying to
see,
start
you know
all
what?
this shit back up. You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
grateful
So,
that where I am right now, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and then I'm gonna read the prayer. I said I wasn't gonna have y'all. It's 2 hours. Jesus Christ help me. But I'm gonna tell
okay,
y'all
well,
that
I'm gonna
I'm
get
done.
off, baby. I'm about to get off,
Okay.
Chica. You
Love
have
you,
a good
love.
rest of your night.
And I promise
Bye-bye.
I'm finna text you for real when I'm done. Don't get me
Girl,
here.
bye. You know what? You said that 3 days ago, 5
Bye.
days ago,
Okay,
a week
okay.
ago,
Don't do
30
me like
days
that
ago.
in front of the world. Love you on purpose.
30
Bye.
days ago. 30,
Okay, bye.
30.
Bye bye. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me switch this, and I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. I ain't realized I had been on there all that long time, y'all. Um, so I yes, that's true. Let me see. Yes, it is different as an adult when you want more of him than when you're a child and bringing force to go. Exactly. When you want it. See, that was the thing. So when I went to that mental health seminar, um, you know, I was invited. And with the sisters that was praying over me, they was saying, I see you in the church. I was like, no, you don't. I ain't going to nobody's church. You crazy. Use the food. It ain't happening. But yeah, that is how that went. I live in the same. Oh, okay. That's who Vera was talking to. All right. So, I'm at a space of whatever. Even the lady even tried to tell on the phone, but she ain't no better. They sit on the phone, they call people jealous, they entertain the stuff that she do, whether they telling her not to do it or not, whatever the case may be. Even if you rocking with somebody and you don't agree what they're doing, just being in their presence while they're doing it says a lot about you, the individual. So it's like, yeah, whatever. And I will not come after that girl's child. I don't have any bad words to say about that girl's child, and my granddaughter is covered, and she's covered by the bestest. You know what I'm saying? It was always affecting them. It just it just wasn't seen on the internet, but I saw it first, and I had to be the one to say, all right. Even after that day, it was all right. This is enough. Is enough for real, in real life. But I'm gonna say this before I read the prayer. It's like, before we end the live today, I want you guys to ask yourself, actually, where is the bottom? I'm taking my earrings out now. I haven't ate. I've literally been in motion because I had to do a lot of important stuff today. But where is your bottom? What line have you decided? No, let me say it as if I'm speaking to myself. Where is my bottom? Okay. What line have I decided I will never cross, no matter how angry I get? Because your values don't matter when life is easy. They definitely matter when you have every opportunity to abandon them, but you still choose not to. So, Father God, on this Motivation Monday, help us to remain people of integrity in a world that often rewards outrage over compassion. When we're provoked, remind us of who we are. When we're wounded, keep our hearts from becoming reckless. Give us the strength to stand firm without abandoning our values, and the wisdom to know that our character is worth more than any temporary victory. Protect every family carrying heavy burdens today, and let us be people who bring healing instead of harm. In Jesus' name, amen. So, yeah, I do appreciate what was sent to me, and there is attention being paid to what's going on, and I'm not talking about, I'm talking about in a way when you want something done, you just have to be quiet and take the necessary steps to do it. You know what I mean? So I apologize that we had Motivation Monday late. This is why I didn't have a coffee chat up there. If you haven't liked, make sure that you like. This coming Friday, I will see y'all tomorrow morning, but this coming Friday, I will be posting something to say this is the time we're going to come on for the members, okay? So for those of you all who have became members, I really, really appreciate you all. My YouTube is just like, I look forward to seeing y'all when I come on. And I thank for everyone that's new that's subscribed. I thank you for those who have been here for the long haul. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm asking, please do not report anything. Please do not. If you still do it, that's you. But please do not report. Please do not, do not. There's a purpose for me saying that, and I'm just asking you not to. I'm not going to be telling people where they should and should not go, but I am asking if you please don't report anything. So, yes, if you haven't liked the live, go ahead and hit the like button on the way out. I love you guys tremendously. I love that, squatties. I love that. What's poppin', squatties? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some t-shirts like that, sister. You done came up with something new. Please make sure that you hit the like button on the way out. I love you guys on purpose with so much purpose. I don't know what time I will be on in the morning tomorrow, but I am here. Even stay tuned. I'm excited about all the fun I'm gonna have when I go to New York, even though I'm going for something sad. We have to turn pain into purpose and always. So I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. And I'll see y'all somewhere in these internet streets. Bye, guys.